So, what is the best strategy for trading options as you begin to embark on the stock market and looking at options as one of your options to make money from the stock market, and you are wondering how successful you can be looking at so many other, strategies that people use? But I've always said that, look, you have to use a strategy that you think you are familiar with, and then a strategy that you think it is simple, a strategy that you think that you understand very well, that can guarantee you your income anytime you deploy it.
Income streams, they start to flow. From determination, they grow.
Several people have used several strategies which have worked very well for them, and there is no one-way-fits-all strategy for trading options. What I would say is the best strategy for trading options is the one that works best for you. And so in this video, I would like to talk about you could select certain, if it is price action that is good for you, you could look at price action as your way of analyzing stuff, analyzing your charts, and then deploying your trades. If you think that you are good at indicators, then you would want to look at indicators, maybe 2 or 3 that you want to master how they work, that you can always use to analyze or support, whatever strategy that you are using. And then there are several that you could use so that when you are about to enter into your trade, you know exactly the confluences that usually will play for you to have a positive result. And so if we want to look at what is the best strategy that we can use to trade options and to make money all the time, then we want to look at what has always worked for you. Right. But I have always spoken about the fact that every indicator, every strategy, everything that we implement, to analyze our strategies and then to be able to make profitable trades, it will all boil down to price action. Everything studies the way price moves, whether historical or present. So the only thing that you will need to have as a foundation is to be able to have price action at the back of your mind. You should be able to read your charts. You should be able to know how price is moving. You should be able to analyze what price has been doing for the past years of a particular instrument. And then you want to narrow it down for the past months. Then you can narrow it down for the past weeks. Then you come down to the day. Then you come down to the hours. So talking about hours, you would want to look at the 4-hour chart, you look at the 1-hour chart, you narrow it down to 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and 1 minute. And then you can look at these, all these come together to tell you of a trend or of a pattern which, an instrument usually moves. So when you see it like this, and depending on the kind of trade that you are entering into, you could be doing swing trading or day trading intraday, then that will inform you as to the time frame that will be appropriate for you to use. So let's go back to the charts, and then we would have a look at all that I'm talking about, and then we can use that to be able to put together a strategy that will best work for us. Okay, so usually I like looking at the SPY because most things revolve around it, as it represents the best 500 stocks in the US. So if you are somebody who is trading, who is making a day trade, then you would want to look at, we are looking at a 5-minute chart. So if I want to have a broader view, I could be looking at 1-hour charts, to see, okay, where this has been traveling from, or you could look at the 4-hour charts, okay. Let me bring myself. So you could look at the 4-hour chart. If you are even interested, you could still take a look at the daily charts. So this is a daily chart where we have, as of 20th of February, the SPY has been coming down all the way till yesterday. That was, is it 3rd or 4th? That was 2nd of April, 2025. So if you want to look at how the SPY has been moving to have a broader perspective, then you could be looking at the day, and then you want to narrow it down to maybe the 4 hours, or you come down to look at an hourly chart to see the hourly candles and how they are progressing. Like I said, every time frame you use would depend on, you know, the kind of strategy, the kind of trade that you want to do. If you are a day trader, then you'll be interested in looking at maybe the 1 hour time frame to have a broader perspective. Then you come down to look at the 30 minutes. All right. So this gives you a clearer picture. Then you come down to look at the 5 minutes. Then you could use the 1 minute to do your entry. So if you are looking at the SPY as it is, like somebody who wants to do usually the SPY, I do most of my trades are swing, but with this blood bath, usually when I enter, I want to exit within the same day, even though I may be choosing a contract that goes for maybe a day or two, right, or 3 days. Okay, so if you look at the SPY right now, we are looking at the 5 minute charts. The 1 minute chart will help you to now locate a point of entry. But if you look at the 5 minute chart, everything is just around, the RSI is just around 30.32. And so usually when it comes below 30, you want to consider an instrument to be oversold, and maybe there may be a possibility of a reversal. So if you are looking to buy a call, then this could be an area of interest, right? So if we look at our charts very well, and then we look at the candles very well, and we are looking at a 5 minutes candle, usually you will have to wait for a candle to finish forming within the 5 minutes to determine the next move of the next candle. Because you have certain candles that will show you indecision, or certain candles that will show you a bullish, trend, or a bullish move, or a bearish move. So you have to be able to understand the different, formation of candles. And one of the things that we will need is patience to allow these candles to form properly, so that we can make an informed decision as to the next move of entry that we want to make, in our trades. So I will say that price action is very, very important. All right. For us to be best at trading options, number one, to add to, reading the charts and understanding candlesticks is the foundation to, how successful our trades can be whilst we are trading options. So you have to be able to understand that at the back of your mind. Then anything that you want to add to it, whether it's an indicator, it is a whatever, it is now an addition which can form, a confluence on the particular execution you are about to undertake. Some people use, when you understand reading candlesticks, some people use the support and resistance, and that is just what they trade on. They don't care about trends. They care about key levels, of support and resistance. And that is where they take their trades, looking at reversals and then, they make their monies. They are patient to wait for, price to get to a key level of support or resistance, and then they are looking for, the next move that is very obvious that from this point is coming down or is going up, and then they capture on that. Other people look at trends, right? Some people look at trends, and trends, either an upward trend or a downward trend. People want to look at trends to measure volume, and then they can follow the trend and make their money either up or down. So the strategies are many. But like I said, what works best for you and what you understand very well that you can always execute and then be profitable at it, somebody says, after all that we are looking for is to make money. We are not looking for a best strategy that ends up giving us a red. All that we are interested in is to make money. And any strategy that we understand that we can deploy that will end up giving us money, that is our best strategy. Once again, if you are new to the channel, this is Flavia, and I always mention the fact that on this channel, we are looking at tips and tricks and strategies where we can identify profitable trades that we will enter into the stock market and make our money, and then we diversify our portfolio, and then we enter into certain baskets of investments where we are reaping money from here and there to, propel our way to retiring rich and retiring young. And so if you are interested in trading options and trading on the stock market, you could subscribe to the channel. But if you don't like to subscribe, I am happy that you have passed by to watch this video. For the well builders who have been here, I want to encourage that continue to watch how the market is going, and then look at the SPY as you have other instruments that mimic the movement of the SPY. Yesterday, the drop was so drastic, and you want to be careful when you are writing your puts. And if you have to take advantage of a call, then you have to be very, very smart at it. I will look forward to having your questions and then your comments. And then until we meet on the next video, it is bye for now.
Start with nothing, start today. Learn to hustle, find a way. Brick by brick you build it right. From the morning through the night. Dreams are growing step by step. Every fall a future pep. No experience, just a heart. That's the way you got to start.